Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to some more F1 Manager 2022 and another part of our Aston Martin Road to Glory career mode. Today we've got the Spanish Grand Prix at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, and really looking forward to it. Thank you for the support on the series so far. It was quite funny. Yesterday I did a video celebrating the 7th anniversary of the channel, and it was quite fun reading the comments from you guys, but of course that video just didn't do as well as any of the F1 Manager stuff, and it really does show that the YouTube algorithm just breaks like that, because last night's video was really struggling in terms of viewership and finding the same level of viewership. So I'm hoping that today it's back to normal somewhat. So make sure that you do hit the like button, get involved down in the comment section to keep the momentum going on this series. But it's just confirmed to me what I was going to do anyway, and focus on this series for a little while just yet. So anyway, yes, last time out we had a very exciting race in Miami, and Pierre Gasly was absolutely dominant, won the race by 11 seconds, the only guy out there on a two-stop strategy. Absolutely aced it. Fernando Alonso had his first dodgy race of the season. You know, it was a disappointing mistake, and that cost him points, and that's for sure. So yeah, we have to go and sort out some new parts. So let's make sure that we've got let's make sure we've got enough of that. We can't actually manufacture any more for now, so we'll install that one on car 2 for now, and that should sort us out. We have got a little bit to do today. So race simulator refurbishment complete. Post-race overview, Pierre Gasly was able to win from P4, also was fastest qualifier with a 3-place grid penalty, so he was by far the fastest guy out there. Max Verstappen is leading the way on 83 points, Perez is behind on 81, and Charles Leclerc P3 on 57 currently, which is cool. Patrick Stafford still talking about us having very high confidence. I think we've almost guaranteed that we'll perhaps even get top 4 this season with our current points haul. So that's very good to see, and very happy that that's what we were able to do. If we have a little look forward at our confidence rating, we have already achieved 5 out of 11 points that we need to this season to achieve our long-term goal, which is brilliant. So let's keep going then. So Pierre Gasly has a development point. People were saying control is obviously what can stop them locking up, but 87 out of 100 is a pretty good statistic, so we're going to keep going on defensive for Pierre Gasly. Now Oscar Piastri, we're going to up his smoothness a little bit. Let's have a little look at our staff. Ben Mitchell needs upgrading. That's fine. Okie dokie. I think we're all good here. Perfect. Right, let's have a look at the calendar. So we have got some manufacturing complete, which is fine. Sponsorship obligation, yeah, nothing in particular. We do have the suspension design is going to be complete fairly soon, but probably be the next Grand Prix that we manage to get round to that. So let's continue on then. Got some important mail. Front wing stock low. We don't have any manufacturing slots though. Side pods are complete. Perfect. Let's keep going. Underfloor is complete as well. Let's just have a little look at this. Power analysis. Can we change it to Aston Martin Car 2? Yeah. So yeah, because he's using the slightly older chassis, he's going to be shafted a little bit. Let's go to the warehouse. Let's see if we can get... Oh, hang on. We do have 2 of those. That's fine. Right. Sorted then. Absolutely sorted. Right. Engine-wise... Get him on the new engine for this Grand Prix. What about his ERS? No, he's still probably just about okay. What about the gearbox? Yeah, that looks fine by me. Alright. Let's go then. Sometimes you do get little development points rearing their head in the midst of a Grand Prix weekend. Didn't seem to happen there. We will guarantee 2 cars in the top 10. And we will say both cars will reach Q2. We're not going to get fastest lap. So we'll just keep going with that. That's fine. I mean, we might get fastest lap. Should we give it a guarantee? Yeah, why not? That's a very decent amount of rewards for us. Right, let's head to the Spanish Grand Prix and see how we get on this weekend. It was a good performance last year, but we ran out of fuel, of course.
Formula One has cranked up the heat over Barcelona. The first Grand Prix held here was won by Nigel Mansell after a wheel-to-wheel battle with Ayrton Senna. But who will follow in his footsteps this weekend? Long straights and medium-speed turns dominate here, but there's something else to watch out for at Barcelona. The air currents are strong and unpredictable, and they'll be giving aerodynamic components a real run for their money this weekend. We might still be early in the season, but that doesn't mean we can sit back and relax. Everything is up for grabs, and nothing is certain at this stage. Let the weekend begin!
Rightio then, let's have a look at the weekend. Looking pretty dry, so I'll get on with practice, and I'll see you guys ready for qualifying. Well, here we are at the end of practice 3, and pace again looking pretty good. Fernando Alonso in particular looking good, 0.3 quicker than Pierre Gasly in the second Aston Martin. Honestly, I do think it's going to be topsy-turvy this season. Fernando Alonso in front of his home crowd, is he going to be able to get his second win of the year? Let's just have a little look at setup confidence, 93 and 94%. That is very, very strong indeed. And you can see some of the attributes going well up there, which is fantastic to see. So let's get ourselves into qualifying. I'm going to try out something new that people were suggesting last time out, doing the 2 flying laps and seeing how we get on. So we will simulate qualifying 1 and 2 as always, and see how we get through. So Fernando Alonso easily through in Q1, a 1:16.6. Pierre Gasly a 1:17 flat. Perhaps we'll go down to 1 flying lap, just because that extra 10th could make a little bit of a difference. So simulate Q2. Should be able to get easily through, and there you go, 4th and 5th. And this time Pierre Gasly a 16.7 and Alonso a 16.8. Interestingly, if you look down the field, both Williams cars very much struggling. Schumacher and the Haas struggling, considering his teammate Magnussen is through to Q3. Both McLarens out, and both Alpines, who were shocking the world a few races ago in the battle for the win, both out in Q2. Bottas makes a return to the top 10, as well as K-Mag, and this could be a very interesting fight for pole position. So let's get ourselves into the action and see how we get on. We will be going for the used tyres in our first run, and let's get ourselves into it. So here we go. Manage Q3. So let's get Gasly out there first.
Radio check. Radio check, okay. Radio check.
And then
It should be green now.
And Fernando Alonso will follow. We'll see what sort of times we can put in here. We'll hop on board with Mr. Gasly once he starts his lap. I think Gasly will be looking to try and stick it on pole again, you know. I think he has got the pace. But Alonso has been slightly outperforming him this weekend, but let's see what we can pull off in qualifying today. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. We'll keep an eye on Fernando Alonso behind. He has been slightly quicker, so we'll see if he can be putting in purple times. So here comes Gasly. Of course, he's going to set a purple sector 1 as he's the first over the line. And there you go. That was a 22 flat. Alonso coming through now. And what's he going to manage? Ooh, he manages a 22 flat as well. So this is very, very tight between the two Aston Martin drivers on these used soft tyres. Absolutely beautiful through that corner there. Love this part of the track. I think it's a much better flow to it now. Still wish that this was the old final corner. The chicane is fine and we come up to the line. Fernando Alonso certainly looking quicker at the moment, but it is going to be very tight and it's a 117 flat for Pierre Gasly. Fernando Alonso coming round now. Can he get into the 16s? Ooh, not quite. A 17 flat as well, but 15 thousandths of a second ahead of Pierre Gasly. And it was his final sector that did it for him, and that's why he wasn't further ahead of Pierre, but it'd be definitely interesting to see how we get on. Hamilton's gone P3, Verstappen P4, and Russell P5, so we're currently 1 and 2.
Yeah,
now,
in the box.
I'm assuming
Copy.
most of them are on the used soft tyres. So going to try and be the last men over the line here. Charles Leclerc, by the way, has gone on to pole position. Let's just have a little look at tyres. Maybe they did use new tyres then, so that's interesting in itself. Looks like K-Mag has just returned to the pits. Keep an eye on when people are leaving. So there goes Russell, there goes Perez, Hamilton, Verstappen, Leclerc, so that's 5. 6, 7, 8. So now is the time. We'll go Alonso first, and then Gasly. And that will give us the best possible run at this. So we'll hop on board with the homeboy, Fernando Alonso. Let's see what he can pull off. He's currently P2. Is he going to be able to pull off pole position? Here we go. Fernando Alonso on the brand new soft tyres. Can he now go and stick this on pole position for his first pole since 2013? Coming around that first sector, Fernando Alonso comes through. Oh, and it's a yellow first sector. Still a 22 flat. What about Gasly? He goes green. 22.043. So they're very, very close as it stands. Who we got coming up to the line? It's going to be George Russell coming up to the line. What's he going to manage? Russell comes up to the line and he stays 8th. What about Perez? Perez comes up to the line. He's going to be the first threat of pole position, but he's not there. Hamilton comes through, and he doesn't improve. What about Verstappen? Oh, he goes second. Alonso not improving here. It's going to have to be his third sector. Leclerc's improved a little bit. So we need to find a 10th of a second with Fernando Alonso. He comes round the final corner. Can he get into the 16s? No, he can't. Alonso doesn't improve. What about Pierre Gasly? Green in the first 2 sectors comes up to the line. And it's only a 17 flat and exactly the same time as Fernando Alonso. So it is going to be positions 3 and 4 for the race tomorrow. But you have to say perhaps a missed opportunity there. But Max Verstappen, what an awesome lap he put in there at the end to jump up into P2. But it's Charles Leclerc's day. He takes pole position for the Spanish Grand Prix.
It's race day, with the teams and drivers ready and raring to go.
We saw a magnificent display of talent from Aston Martin during qualifying. This is as good a grid for them as anyone can hope for. Ferrari performed brilliantly during qualifying and will be very pleased with their grid positions. But the challenge for them will be to keep the momentum going during the race. The weather is very overcast here, and teams are staring at the sky watching for the first sign of rain. Strategies might have to be quite flexible going into today's race.
And there are going to be some tough calls to make in Catalonia today. So let's see who makes the best ones for the Spanish Grand Prix.
Okay, so it is going to be cloudy for the race, but not entirely sure what's going to happen. So let's have a little look at the strategy. So we could go medium, medium, soft. What about soft, medium, soft? That looks okay, actually. Quite fancy that as a strategy. So I think we'd be able to attack this with Gasly, and I think that's kind of what we need. Push that a lap on. Gives them a little bit of creative license. Yeah, let's go for that with Gasly. Worked at the last Grand Prix, just going pedal to the metal with Pierre. And we're going to go overtake at the start of the Grand Prix. We're going to stick a little bit of extra fuel in the car just to help out. And now Fernando Alonso. Can he do something a little bit different? Yeah, perhaps medium, medium, soft for him. We'll allow him to go a little further into the race. We'll just get out of that dirty air. Yeah, let's go for that. Let's do it. Fernando Alonso at his home Grand Prix. Is he going to be able to get onto the podium? Is Pierre Gasly going to be able to win? Who knows? Let's get ourselves into the Spanish Grand Prix.
It's a bit of a cloudy day for the race, but the atmosphere as ever is electric. And there we have Pierre Gasly. They've managed a third-place start for this race, but can they turn it into a win? And here's Alonso, the team's second driver. With a top 10 position on the grid, this race could really go either way for them. Will their hard work pay off today?
Here we go then. We are ready for the off.
One of the oldest races on the Formula One calendar. This is the Spanish Grand Prix. And it's
Lights out, away we go.
Away we go.
And it's a good start from both Aston Martin cars. Decent start off the grid for Gasly. What about Fernando Alonso? He's eyeing up, potentially going down the inside of Max Verstappen here. Can Gasly get his former teammate round the outside? Yes, he can. That turns into the inside line and round the outside of turn 3. Oh, this is very, very close.
You've done a good job.
As Alonso lost out briefly to Hamilton, but it looks like Gasly's sticking in there with Max. And he's going to have the inside line, and he does go for it. Beautiful move from Pierre Gasly.
Martin have just gained a race position.
And now can he have a look at Charles Leclerc? This is going to turn into the inside line as well. And Alonso's past Verstappen. This is great, and Gasly goes down the inside. That was close. That was close.
With a great play there. They've moved
Couldn't
up
quite make it stick though. And he's going to have to be careful now. Sticking with Charles Leclerc. Fernando Alonso sticking with both of them. Max Verstappen will be following closely behind, but I think Red Bull have lost a step in terms of pace in the development race so far. Here goes Pierre Gasly then with overtake. Flicks to the inside. Where's Alonso? Oh, Alonso's down the inside. Look at this. Where did that straight line speed come from? Alonso could get us both here. Nearly did. Well, Fernando has possibly caused a bit of an issue there for Pierre, because now he's holding him up. But we don't want to tell Fernando to let Pierre past here. I think we have to in terms of the race. So on the straight, we'll tell him to let him past, let him go. So there we go. Alonso lets Gasly through. And I think we needed to do that just to make sure that Gasly's in the best possible position here, because he's on the soft tyres. He needs to make a bit of a play at Gasly, at Leclerc now. So Leclerc comes round the final corner. Let's keep an eye on the leaders here. Gasly now.
DRS enabled.
Looks like he's going to make a move. This is going to be close going into turn one. Gasly's got slightly more pace here. And he does make the move down the inside. Can he hold it? Can he hold it? Oh, Leclerc still going side by side through turn three. But Gasly's in front. And that is what we needed. And now Fernando Alonso is chasing behind. Max Verstappen has lost this group.
Save fuel.
But Pierre Gasly leading the way. Now can he pull away from Charles Leclerc, just like he did from Lewis Hamilton at the last Grand Prix? Obviously Leclerc's going to have DRS. That's going to put Gasly under a bit of pressure if he's not careful. If Gasly can get more than a second in front,
You can stop, lift and coast.
and that would be good. We'll keep Alonso on standard, but Gasly coming round, and he's leading this Spanish Grand Prix. What about Fernando? Fastest lap of the race for Pierre Gasly there. And Fernando's going to have a look at Charles Leclerc. And he goes round the outside. Oh, that's tight. Going to deploy our ERS. Still side by side with Alonso. Let's keep an eye on him. Look at this. This is a fantastic battle. But I think Alonso's going to have to back out of it, but he's still trying. I'm trying to deploy with Pierre Gasly. Get him more than a second ahead of Charles Leclerc. Quite this time, and there we go. Alonso having a look at Leclerc, gonna go down the inside. That was risky. He's still there. He pushes Leclerc wide. That was a beautiful move from Fernando Alonso, but still
Good place.
they're side by side. But this gives Pierre Gasly the chance to
Looks
move
like
on with the
Aston
battle.
Martin have just gained a race position.
And now, who was ahead there? Was it Leclerc?
We have low battery.
It was Leclerc, but Alonso's well ahead. And now we're 1-2 in this Spanish Grand Prix, and that is exactly what we needed to do. So let's push him back to standard now. And somebody said if you go on strategy view, you can see how much fuel you've got left. And where does it say that?
Yeah, okay.
I'm not entirely sure, actually. Is it going to be on car? Ah, no. Yeah, I'm not sure. Somebody said you could see it on this view. Is it on the strategy view? Yeah, no idea. No idea. But anyway, we are pulling away from the guys behind. So let's just reduce that to aggressive. There's no need to
back off.
absolutely go for it
Okay.
at this stage of the race.
Yeah, take it easy.
We'll see if we can stay a good distance ahead of Charles Leclerc. I think our race pace is good enough to stay ahead at the moment. And Max Verstappen, believe it or not, is the one holding up the guys behind. Fernando Alonso 1.8 behind Pierre Gasly. Charles Leclerc 1.9 behind him. Lewis Hamilton 1.4 behind him. Hamilton's past Verstappen now, and Perez is putting his teammate under pressure. We've got Bottas following this DRS train as it stands, but we are gaining a couple of tenths per lap on Charles Leclerc, and that's exactly what we need to be doing. Just sort of doing exactly what we need to be doing right now. We're doing a great job. Multiple cars have crashed, so we've got a virtual safety car now. We're still 9 laps away from pit stop, so I don't think that is going to be worth it. So we're going to ignore that. And we could potentially see some people in the pits, but let's have a little look at this.
Take a look now. Now look at this. It was the AlphaTauri driver involved.
Looks like is that joke on here. He goes wide and then he crashes into Lance Stroll.
And that caused a lot of damage.
Don't think the AlphaTauri's out.
And that was a bitter blow for the team. And it may have really hurt their overall chances.
It might have been Alexander Albon. I think it possibly was Albon and Stroll there. But we have got a virtual safety car. Let's get Gasly harvesting. We might as well get Alonso harvesting as well. Hopefully we'll be able to stay a similar distance ahead of Leclerc, because I have noticed in the past that the AI don't seem to slow to the same rates. Safety car ending soon. We're going to keep Alonso on neutral, but we're going to keep Gasly on harvest, at least at the start of next lap. So there we go, we're underway once again.
VSC ending.
As soon as he crosses that finish line, we're going to go back to harvest. And do the same for Fernando Alonso. Let's see if we can recharge our batteries a little bit and stay in front of Leclerc. It looks like we can do that, so I'll certainly settle for it. Might as well go neutral while we've harvested as much as they can. You can only harvest a certain amount per lap, so once it gets to full, you might as well.
Okay, energy's good.
Just go for it. Okay. Alonso's got a full energy boost now. But we are controlling this race very, very well so far. Pierre Gasly leading the way, 2 seconds ahead of his teammate Fernando Alonso. Now, Alonso on a slightly more conservative strategy. We could convert him to a more aggressive strategy. There's nothing wrong with that. But, yeah, we're definitely going to try and keep going with the fuel for now. I'm just checking that the fuel isn't on that screen there.
DRS enable.
Surely it's on car. Ah, is it this? Aha! There you go. So I think that the white line is your fuel. There. I'm an idiot. I'm a complete idiot. 55.14 laps. So we have got enough fuel just about to get us to the end of the Grand Prix. So happy about that. So Gasly 2 seconds ahead of Alonso, who is 2.8 ahead of Leclerc. So we're going to harvest again with Gasly. Basically want a full tank of that. Also catching slightly because Gasly's doing a little bit of harvesting. He's nearly there. One more lap, I think, required. One more lap might get Alonso back into DRS range. Difficult to tell. Let's see. So he's coming around this first sector. There you go, now 95%. So that'll do nicely for Gasly. 1.3 ahead of Leclerc. Alonso now 4 seconds ahead of Leclerc. Verstappen seems to be coming back into it. Hamilton P5, Sainz in P6, Perez 7th, Russell 8th, Bottas 9th, and Esteban Ocon in the top 10 as it stands. So we're doing a really good job out there. Gasly comes round. And his pit window has just opened. How far is Alonso away? 5 laps for Fernando Alonso. Until that fateful time. I think now is the time to perhaps attack on those tyres. Let's see what you've got, Pierre. And already pulling out a little bit of time. Let's see what sort of times he can put in there. Last lap was a 1:22.2. He does currently have the fastest lap. So coming round now. Comes through, and that is a 1:22 flat. Very, very good. And we are pulling away, as I say, from the Ferraris and the Red Bull. They're on the medium tyres, much like Fernando Alonso. We have a few hard tyre runners out there as well. So apparently this is the pit stop time. Let's go for medium tyres. Let's see how he gets on throughout this lap. Now he should come out perhaps just behind George Russell. So I'm going to go on to standard for him now. And in he comes into the pit lane. So Pierre Gasly pits. That means Fernando Alonso now leads the Spanish Grand Prix. We're going to attack on the tyres.
Copy.
Give him a few laps to really, really push. And Pierre Gasly, good pit stop. 2.8 seconds. He's back underway, and where does he come back out? Looks like he's come out just in front of Esteban Ocon, so it gives him a good amount of clear air, actually.
We've just had a car run wide.
And that was Lance Stroll running wide there. So 20.8 to the leader. Losing a little bit of time to Fernando. Don't want to let that become a habit. Perhaps we need to be a little bit more aggressive.
Happy to push.
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton into the pit lane. On the soft tyres. Fastest lap, Fernando Alonso at 21.7. Wow. So, Lewis Hamilton into the pit lane. Looks a little slow. Had to wait for one of the Ferraris, I think, there. Lots of activity in the pit lane. So Gasly back up to P5 now. Fernando Alonso doing a great job out in front. He knows that this is his opportunity to take advantage in this race. We don't want to attack the tyres too much with Gasly early on in his stint. Fernando doing a great job out there. Again, putting in personal best, so this could be another fastest lap coming up from Fernando Alonso. 8 seconds ahead of Charles Leclerc. And 8.5 ahead of Max Verstappen. Russell P4, 14 seconds off the lead. I believe he's on soft tyres, so he'll be coming in this lap, you would think. And there goes Max Verstappen on the medium. Oh no, he's on the soft, sorry. Crofty moment there, and Russell's in as well. So Verstappen and Russell into the pit lane. Where are they going to come out? So Verstappen in. Medium tyres on. Russell coming in. Medium tyres for him as well. And we have got some yellow flags. I think that was a car running wide. Don't know who. It might have been Carlos Sainz. No, it was Kevin Magnussen, actually. And Verstappen coming out now. And he is ahead of Lewis Hamilton. So he is ahead of Lewis. Russell coming out, and he's dropped well down the order. But he is ahead of Carlos Sainz. So, very interesting. Let's just have a little look at pits. So Ricciardo, Norris, Vettel, neither of them have been into the pits. Alonso, of course, still out there as well, putting in some very, very good lap times. Pierre Gasly now 21.5 behind Fernando. As Alonso comes round, he's going to complete another lap. Pierre's brought these tyres in very, very nicely. We can start attacking soon, and Alonso coming up to a little bit of traffic. Stroll will be getting out of the way, and Alonso comes through. And let's see what we can do here. Optimal pit lap, apparently. So we're going to go mediums again. He does have plenty of tyres in hand, to be fair. It's whether Fernando could potentially go to the end on hard tyres. Could he do that? One stop it? No, I think we're probably better off doing two stop as Charles Leclerc is in the pit lane. Here he comes. He's going from mediums onto mediums, so he's going for the same strategy as Fernando Alonso. Now, Pierre Gasly. Just going to give him a lap or two of full attack.
Use everything from the tyres, use everything.
Let's see if he can come out nicely ahead of Fernando, because Alonso is really, really pushing here. He's definitely pulling out all the stops, trying to get this lead in the Grand Prix. So here he comes round the final couple of corners. He's going to come into the pit lane. Where is he going to come out? Oh! Wow. That was a disaster. Right, so it said go on to the
Box.
mediums. That was a
Okay, box.
little bit of a An idiotic thing for me to do there. Yeah, we are well ahead of Leclerc. I mean, Leclerc's come out behind Verstappen, actually. He's fighting him, but that's definitely interesting. Pierre Gasly, meanwhile, doing a good job. And here we go, Fernando Alonso into the pits.
A firm.
So here he comes. Slows right down for the pit limiter line. Now, can he get a good pit stop? He's going on to the medium tyres again. And he is away in 2.7 now. Where's Pierre Gasly? Gasly's coming down the pit straight. Alonso leaves the pit lane. And Gasly is not through, is he? Well, I mean that. Oh, and Gasly spun.
Let's take a look.
Well,
at the replay.
that
Now
could.
Look at this. It's Pierre Gasly.
That could ruin
That looked like a
his
very
Grand
nasty
Prix. A
spin.
little bit into the gravel. Should be more
And the
than
team
enough
had
ahead
such
of
high hopes today. What a
Leclerc.
shame.
And he is. But now 5 seconds behind Fernando Alonso. And just drop that back to aggressive.
Good bit.
And that is exactly what Alonso wanted. It was Pierre Gasly to make a mistake.
Get the tyres down now.
Okay.
So let's zoom this forward. Let's see where we get up to here. Let's go back to attack on Gasly. Now he's let the tyres cool down a little bit. And now it is going to be a pure fight to the end here. Also on slightly fresher medium tyres. Pulling away at this phase of the race. It's got the traffic to contend with as well. Now what can Gasly do? Gasly starting to close in as Alonso gets stuck behind Tsunoda there. Gasly's going to have that later on this lap. But that mistake could very well be the thing that costs Pierre Gasly. However, we are still looking at a 1-2 at the moment.
I think there's been a lock-up.
As Lance Stroll locks up into turn 1. We've still got Leclerc and Verstappen fighting hammer and tongs. We've got Hamilton closing in on that group. That's a very interesting battle. Fernando Alonso 7 seconds ahead now of Pierre Gasly. He is definitely the faster in this phase of the Grand Prix. Gasly getting stuck behind Tsunoda. He's really struggling to get past him, but he is finally through. And Hülkenberg now right on the back of Yuki. But 7.3 seconds is the gap. So, halfway through this race. Let's up the ante. We're a fair bit away from pit window territory. 12 laps for both drivers, actually. Well, Gasly all of a sudden closing in a little bit, and a fastest lap for Pierre Gasly there. And what was that? A 1:20.2. Gained a lot of time on Fernando on that lap. We'll be hoping to keep going with that level of pace. Again, yellow flags in sector 1. I think it was Schumacher. No, it was Hülkenberg. So that's Hülkenberg's race pretty much over, and he comes out of the way of the traffic. Still yellow flags out there.
Sounds like someone's locked up.
Tsunoda locks up. Again, Alonso just pulling out the gap. And a new fastest lap for Alonso this time. What's that going to be? A 120.0. Very, very impressive from the 40-something-year-old at his home Grand Prix. And we are absolutely dominating this race, pace-wise. Our race pace has been very, very good. I think Monaco could be a good Grand Prix for us with our strength on low-speed corners. I think that's where we're getting... Oh, somebody's crashed. Somebody has crashed out there. Now, are we going to have a safety car? It was Valtteri Bottas at turn 4. So he comes around turn 3. Goes wide into the wall. I think he's okay, though. Yep, just down to 10th. And GASLY now puts in a new fastest lap of a 1:19.1. What a lap that is. It's a lot quicker than Fernando. It was a very, very impressive lap time. But they're closing in on the next lap time. Bottas, he's probably going to pull away from GASLY on his brand new, presumably soft tyres. Yeah. So Alonso making his way around. 8 seconds ahead. More yellow flags out there.
I think someone's run
It is
wide.
Stroll running wide there. So, this is what you call a bit of a dominant display, really. But yeah, as I say, I think Monaco could be a good race for us. Alonso now into his pit window. Let's get Pierre Gasly in there. Onto the soft tyres. What are his best soft tyres? Probably them ones. Let's get him in this lap. Let's see if he can start closing the gap to Fernando. We'll give Fernando a few more laps out there. Just because his yellow tyres have got a little bit more to give. Let's hop on board with Pierre Gasly. He's into the pit lane. Should come out probably just in front of Lewis Hamilton, I would imagine. So he's into the pit lane. We've got Leclerc coming round with Max Verstappen. We're away with Pierre Gasly. 2.6 seconds. That was an excellent pit stop. And there we go. We are away. We are comfortably ahead of Lewis Hamilton in P4 on the soft tyres. So he's going to go to the end of this race now. And push like crazy on those tyres now. What we haven't really factored in is the fact that those tyres probably won't last to the end. So we're going to just go aggressive
Drop back a bit.
on that. Fernando Alonso still has a few laps to go on those medium tyres, but should come back out into the lead of the Grand Prix here. Well, yeah, Gasly.
Careful, Verstappen ahead, there's a crash.
Has Verstappen crashed? Safety car.
Safety car. Safety car.
Safety car. Right, let's get Alonso in then. Onto the soft tyres. What has happened? Was that Max Verstappen? Yeah, Verstappen is out.
We've just had a crash on the
And
track.
what happened?
Let's
It was
have a
turn
look.
1.
Now here we see Max Verstappen.
So he was having a go at Charles Leclerc. You can see Gasly behind. Oh,
Dear
that's
me,
a big
they
crash.
won't have been expecting that.
That's a huge crash. So Verstappen is out. Championship leader out of the Grand Prix. Let's get everything
Yeah, take it
down.
easy. Okay, copy.
That's a pity for Pierre Gasly. But I suppose it gives us a big fight between the top two towards the end of the race.
Got loads of energy.
Okay.
And the safety car. Where is Fernando? So Fernando coming into the pits. I think he should be all right here. It looks like Leclerc must have damage.
We just need to charge up.
He's struggling a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alonso away. Tell you what, he's got a massive gap out there, hasn't he? And Max Verstappen will be getting a penalty at the next Grand Prix. So let's pick them up. So Fernando Alonso now has picked up the safety car. Where is Gasly? Somebody's locked up. Don't know exactly who, but
Was that a lock-up on the track?
I think Gasly's. Yeah, so there's going to be two cars in between Fernando Alonso and Pierre Gasly. I don't think they're going to allow the lapped cars to get past, so yeah, going to be very, very interesting the end of this Grand Prix. So let's zoom it forward until the end of the safety car period. Now, tyres-wise, everybody has made their pit stop now, other than Sebastian Vettel. So,
Okay.
Fernando Alonso is going to push.
Okay.
Pierre Gasly is going to push. And we are going to get underway once again in this race. Alonso now becomes the safety car.
You can stop lift and coast.
When is he going to bolt? Comes round the final corner.
And when we restart overtaking
And
control line.
he has started going for it, has he? I think so, and we've got lapped cars in the way, so they all yield out of the way, and Pierre Gasly chases Fernando Alonso. He's got a second chance in this Grand Prix to push hard and try and get past his teammate before the end of this Grand Prix. So Alonso leads, Gasly second. We got Leclerc in P3, 1.6 behind. Then Lewis Hamilton is in P4. He's already having a little gander. We've got Vettel P5 as it stands. I don't know if he's trying an ambitious one-stop at Ocon P6. We've got Zhou Guan Yu in P7, Russell 8th. And there is just absolute carnage out there with the lapped cars. Perez is P9, and then Ricciardo is P10. We've got Bottas 11th, then Norris in 12th, with Sainz in 13th. Albon, meanwhile, is in P14, and he's currently trying to get out of the way of Folks. Hulkenberg and Tsunoda back there as well. Hulkenberg having a look at Tsunoda. He goes down the inside and he is through. Meanwhile, we've got Fernando Alonso leading the way, 0.7 of a second ahead of Pierre Gasly. So let's see if we're going to have any sort of battle over these final 15 laps. It's going to be exciting. We know that for sure. And DRS will be enabled next lap. We're just letting them race, which could lose us a 1-2. And a new fastest lap for Pierre Gasly. He is chasing after Fernando Alonso. That was a 1:19.6. Very, very impressive. Let's see how they get on. We're going to follow the progress of Pierre Gasly. He has got DRS. Is he going to be able to have a go at him down the main straight here? This could be a chance for Pierre. One of these drivers is going to get fastest lap. Another fastest lap for Pierre Gasly. One of them is going to get their second win of the season. Gasly goes round the outside and he is through. He is through. But Alonso's still there, still fighting. But doesn't make the move just yet, but he has got fresher tyres. This is making me a very, very nervous team principal. It's making me want to say, let's not fight, boys, but they're hopefully going to be sensible enough to not take each other out. So here we go, Fernando Alonso right in the slipstream of Pierre Gasly. Gasly defends and Alonso goes round the outside and Gasly does push him ever so slightly wide there, but he's still there. Round the inside, and that's going to be the move for Alonso, and he is through, but Gasly's got the inside line now, and this is unbelievable. Racing for the lead of this Grand Prix. Alonso back into the lead, and he gets his elbows out. Now Pierre Gasly does have DRS. He will close back in. This is going to be an amazing final 11 laps here. We are going to go balanced on the fuel to try and give them a little bit of leeway towards the end of the Grand Prix. We're already 5 seconds ahead of Charles Leclerc in third place. This is the pace that we are showing out there at present. This is an awesome battle between two fantastic drivers at the peak of their abilities. Fernando Alonso leads this Grand Prix. Pierre Gasly's in second. He'll use this DRS zone to catch up. And do we have any rain on its way at the end of the race? No. So, yeah, let's keep an eye on that then. So Fernando Alonso leading the race. We'll hop on board with Pierre Gasly because he's the hunter. He's going to have DRS here. And we're going to have another overtake for the lead here, I think. It's going to be Pierre Gasly who comes round. DRS enabled. Is he going to pull to the inside? He's having a little look, but I don't think Alonso is in the mood for letting him past. So another lap goes by and Fernando Alonso is in the lead. Let's just have a little look at fuel load. So we've got 12.73 laps for Gasly. Got the same for both of them, which is good. Okay. Gasly still pushing very, very hard. We'll double the speed that we're watching this. We'll reduce it for the DRS zone because he's right in the slipstream. He's getting very, very close. Has to back out of it slightly because there was too much overspeed there. Coming round now. This is going to be an absolutely fabulous grandstand finish. He comes round the final corner. Pierre Gasly closer than he was last lap. DRS enabled. Is he going to pull himself to the inside? Yes, he does, but he has closed his DRS in the process, but he might still have a look down the inside of Fernando Alonso, and he does do that. This is unbelievable. They're still side by side here. What a battle. Can Fernando Alonso stay in the lead? No, but they're giving each other space. And Pierre Gasly back into the lead of this Grand Prix. This is unbelievable, and all the while we are still pulling away from Charles Leclerc. And I think we're about to have another battle for the lead as Alonso flies round turn 9, stays nice and close, and look at this for a move. Ooh, well, I think on the old style of the track, I think Alonso would have had a chance there down the inside. He's going to have another chance down the main straight here. They're flying through this final sector twisty-turny bit. And Pierre Gasly leads us through onto lap 58 of this Grand Prix. Alonso with the DRS then. He's going to make a move. Gasly defending. Alonso won't be able to do it this lap.
This is good, come on.
This is just absolutely crazy standard of racing. And Fernando Alonso side by side here. But Gasly gives himself the inside, is able to defend, pushes Alonso a little bit wide as he can do. And they still push through towards turn 9 now. And here goes Fernando Alonso again, DRS enabled, has the inside opportunity here. Oh, this is going to be so close. And Alonso's through. But Gasly's still there. Wow, they are still going at it, hammer and tongs. Oh, Alonso's sticking it down the inside. And surely one of them is going to have to yield here, but Alonso has got an excellent run. Surely this is going to be the moment that he gets through. Let's hop on board with Fernando Alonso. Is he going to manage to do it? I don't think so, not this lap. Wow. This is just absolutely crazy. And I hope that you're enjoying this. And I'm making sure I'm not putting my webcam on because I want you to see this battle in its full glory. We have another battle here. It's going to be DRS again for Fernando Alonso. And again, he's going to have a tiny little look down the inside here. Alonso certainly, to me, looks the more likely to be winning this Grand Prix at this stage. Looks like he's got slightly more about him in the corners, but at the end of the day, there are only 7 laps to go, and Pierre Gasly is currently the one leading. Here we go with Fernando Alonso. Flips to the inside. I don't think he's going to be able to go down the inside this time. So let's push it on a little bit and see what happens. Alonso still following Gasly through, virtually pushing him through the corners. A little mistake there from Alonso means that he doesn't get the best run he could have. Again though, having a look around the outside this time. That's just going to get you pushed towards the gravel, but I suppose it does give him the inside line here. And this is a chance. And he is through. But still, Gasly holding it out there. Has the inside. Well, Alonso is through. And Gasly, DRS now. He's going to come straight back at him.
Focus on the last 6 laps.
6 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Pierre Gasly has got the outside line. Is he going to have a go? He is. Oh, this is just unbelievable racing. Side by side here. And through turn 3, but Fernando Alonso has the lead as it stands now. Tyre-wise, I think they should just about last for both of them. So 61 of 66. Gasly's not been as successful through this part of the track at getting past Fernando, so has to wait until the straight. But it's very interesting looking at the different styles of racer that we've got. And here we go.
5 laps.
Alonso pulls to the inside, straight away goes defensive. Already thinking about turn 3, but Gasly through before the corner. DRS helps him through. We have got 5 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Fernando Alonso chases Pierre Gasly for the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc is in 3rd with Hamilton in 4th. Ocon An excellent 5th at the moment for Alpine. Russell in P6th, Perez 7th, Zhou Guanyu in 8th, and then Sainz 9th, and Valtteri Bottas in P10. Alonso still following Pierre Gasly. Is there going to be another move for the lead here? Let's have a little look at fuel load. 7.27 each. And we're going into the final 4 laps.
4 more laps.
Of this Grand Prix. And it's going to be Fernando Alonso with DRS.
You can stop, lift and coast.
And now we can push on the fuel. My only worry with Gasly is him having enough tyres for the end of the race. Of course, had to come in a couple of laps earlier than Fernando. But
Do what you can to keep the tyres cool.
yeah, another couple of laps and then we will let them go full deploy on the ERS plan. We've got Fernando right in the gearbox of Pierre Gasly. And I know this could be massively risky. They could both take each other out, cost us 43 championship points. But I'm not bothered because I am thoroughly enjoying this, and we've got 3 laps to go. Wants to cross the line once again. So here we go. Fernando Alonso following Pierre Gasly. Is he going to have a chance here?
3 more laps.
Well, had to get onto the brakes, otherwise he was going to go into the back of Pierre Gasly. But he has got a chance. He is going to go down the inside. Gasly's going to hold it out there. And once again, Gasly squeezes him. But Alonso is through. So Alonso, with 3 laps to go, has got the important move done. He's got the slightly better tyres as it stands. Right. Now we follow them through again. And I'd dearly love to drop them both too aggressive, but I'm worried that we'd not have the same standard of battle if they weren't attacking. But now they can both deploy their energy.
Use energy if you need it.
Gasly's got DRS. He's got ERS.
2 laps to go.
And it's 2 laps to go.
Yep, copy.
So this time next lap is when Pierre Gasly is going to have his final real opportunity to make the overtake on Fernando Alonso. I'd say Gasly's probably in the driving seat right now because he's going to have DRS going into the final lap. Fernando Alonso might be wise and wily and let him past before the DRS zone for the final lap. That could be something that happens. So here we go. We're going to stay truly live here, and we're going to stay on board this battle. So Pierre Gasly with DRS isn't going to quite get close enough. There is a Williams car not far up the road. Now that could make a big difference. So here we go then. The final lap of this Grand Prix is about to get underway. Pierre Gasly's tyre warning light has come on now. And here we go. Last lap for Fernando Alonso. Gasly's got the DRS, the ERS. He's going to have a look around the outside. Alonso's got fastest lap, and Gasly goes around the outside. And he is through. He is through, but we have got traffic coming. Alonso still keeping it in there. Can Gasly keep his nose in? It doesn't look like it. I think Gasly's run out of tyres. But the traffic could make all the difference. Don't spoil the battle. Oh, it has. It's spoiled the battle. Gasly's back through, but I don't think he's close enough. He's not going to be able to make a move here. And Fernando Alonso running away as the crowd roar. It's going to be a home Grand Prix victory for Fernando Alonso, I think. Here we go then. Round the final couple of corners. Gasly's doing his best, but he's not going to manage it. Fernando Alonso comes round and he wins in Spain. Pierre Gasly finishes a brilliant P2. And, well,
That's checkered flag.
that was unbelievable.
We deserve it. I think we deserve it.
Your driver won. Let's watch the replay. Here we go.
And Fernando Alonso comes home first.
And it's our first 1-2 of the series.
Like that, they've done themselves and the team proud.
And there he is, Fernando Alonso winning here in Spain. Charles Leclerc comes over the line in P3. They just didn't have the pace to match us today.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Take all the pick up and away in. Well done. Copy that. Just take all the pick up.
So Lewis Hamilton comes over the line and finishes fourth. Mercedes definitely are on an upward trajectory. Red Bull, where has their pace gone? Perez only 8th. Verstappen fought well, but eventually pressure got to him and he crashed out of this Grand Prix. But it's a 1-2 for Aston Martin. And championship back on.
What a flawless weekend here from Fernando Alonso. His team must be proud. A spot on the podium is exactly what the team deserved, and they got it.
Well, it is unbelievable to see both of us up there. Absolutely brilliant.
And the talented veteran rounds off another great drive, adding to his impressive F1 podium tally. A lovely occasion as we see all three drivers clearly relishing their moments on the podium. Aston Martin having an extremely good day at the track.
It's really wonderful to see all the hard work they've been putting in paying off like this.
At the end of the weekend, it's second place in the constructor standings for them.
Come on.
For the next Grand Prix, make sure you join us at the renowned city circuit of Monaco. Prepare yourselves for one of the most legendary rounds of the season.
Well, there you go then. Fernando Alonso wins the Spanish Grand Prix in front of his home fans, and he also gets the fastest lap of a 1:18.8. He also beats his teammate Pierre Gasly for P2, 7/10 of a second ahead. But we were just in another league with our pace this weekend. In the race in particular, and that's 2 in a row. Our race pace has been superior to the rest of the field, and perhaps we need to think about not pushing the car as much, because, you know, if we can save a little bit of durability by not absolutely pushing every single lap, then that would be good for us. Charles Leclerc finishes in P3 for Ferrari, Hamilton 4th for Mercedes ahead of Russell in 5th, then Ocon 6th, Zhou in 7th, Perez in 8th, Sainz 9th and Bottas in 10th. Both McLarens failed to score. Sebastian Vettel, after a decent Grand Prix, finishes down in 13th. Which is definitely a shame for him. Into the Drivers' Championship, Fernando Alonso closes the gap to Sergio Perez to 4 points due to Max Verstappen's retirement today. Pierre Gasly still in 6th, but only 24 points behind Sergio Perez. Championship back on for Fernando Alonso. Constructors' Championship, we are currently in 2nd ahead of Ferrari and not far behind Red Bull, but we think Red Bull's pace has gone off a cliff somewhat. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that as we move forward. If you look down the field, Williams still yet to score. Haas on 1 point, McLaren on 3 currently. AlphaTauri currently in 7th. They'll be disappointed with that. Alfa Romeo in 6th, Alpine in 5th, and Mercedes P4. So there you go then. There are our guys. And a development point for Fernando Alonso. And a development point for Mr. Oscar Piastri. Very, very good indeed. And let's continue on. And I believe that is where we are. And look at this. We've got a new design for our suspension ready. We've had a manufacturing for the chassis done as well. So more performance to come. Of course, we've got Monaco coming in the next Grand Prix. That is going to be very, very interesting. Just going to try my webcam a little bit higher for the end of this episode, just so you can see how much money we've actually got in the bank. 27 million. It is going up every Grand Prix because we're able to meet those guarantees, and that is massive at the moment. But yeah, really, really happy with how we've got on. That was an awesome Grand Prix, a 1-2, and what a battle at the end between our two drivers, letting them race out there. And it was just a shame in the end that the laps car did get slightly in the way. I don't think Pierre would have passed him anyway, because I just don't think he had the tyres on that last lap. But that was awesome. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys did too. If you did, give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more F1 Manager 2022 content, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.